I'm considered wise, and sometimes I see myself as knowing. Most of the time, I see myself as wanting to know. And I see myself as a very interested person. I've never been bored in my life. I've always written. There's a journal which I kept from about 9 years old. The man who gave it to me lived across the street from the store and kept it when my grandmother's papers were destroyed. I'd written some essays. I loved poetry, still do. But I really, really loved it then. I never expected anyone to take care of me, but in my wildest dreams and juvenile yearnings, I wanted the house with the picket fence from June Allison movies. I knew that was yearning like one yearns to fly. Bitterness is cancer, it eats upon the host. It doesn't do anything to the object of its displeasure. Some critics will write Maya Angelou is a natural writer, which is right after being a natural heart surgeon. As far as I knew, white women were never lonely, except in books. White men adored them, black men desired them, and black women worked for them. What humility does for one is it reminds us that there are people before me. I have already been paid for. And what I need to do is prepare myself so that I can pay for someone else who has yet to come but who may be here and needs me. I promised myself that I would write as well as I can, tell the truth, not to tell everything I know, but to make sure that everything I tell is true, as I understand it, and to use the eloquence which my language affords me. I had given up some youth for knowledge, but my gain was more valuable than the loss. Black people comprehend the South. We understand its weight. It has rested on our backs. I knew that my heart would break if ever I put my foot down on that soil, moist, still, with old hurts. I had to face the fear/loathing at its source, or it would consume me whole. I speak to the black experience, but I am always talking about the human condition. I think music is one of the heroes/sheroes of the African American existence. Modesty is a learned affectation. And as soon as life slams the modest person against the wall, that modesty drops. If you were the President of the United States or the Queen of England, you couldn't have a person who would be more protective than my mother was for me. Which meant really that I could dare to do all sorts of things. The first decade of the 20th century was not a great time to be born black and poor and female in St. Louis, Missouri, but Vivian Baxter was born black and poor, to black and poor parents. Later she would grow up and be called beautiful. As a grown woman she would be known as the butter-colored lady with the blowback hair. I'm always disappointed when people don't live up to their potential. I know that a number of people look down on themselves and consequently on everybody who looks like them. But that, too, can change. If you're serious, you really understand that it's important that you laugh as much as possible and admit that you're the funniest person you ever met. You have to laugh. Admit that you're funny. Otherwise, you die in solemnity. I thank God I'm myself and for the life I'm given to live and for friends and lovers and beloveds, and I thank God for knowing that all those people have already paid for me. It's very important to know the neighbor next door and the people down the street and the people in another race. Achievement brings its own anticlimax.